But Arch, just briefly tell us how you got Jerry to the club for everyone here, so they understand how this all started, this great 84 campaign.
Do you like the coat?
Oh, what about that coat? We dug that one up from downstairs. And it's not the official uniform now, but that's what it used to be. With a white shirt and a red tie, was it?
Oh, shit, yes.
Oh yeah, beautiful. So Archie's wearing, that's an original. It's an original.
Yeah, well, actually what happened, we got a bloody flogging over at, the year before we got a flogging in the final over at Payne Park, and I had some discussions with Dr. Mania and so forth, and we realised that we had to bite the bullet and make some changes. So the first thing we done was that, with the sanction of the board, I rang Trevor Nesbitt. And Nessie was playing at Osborne Park with Jerry at the time. I think he won a premiership, hadn't he? Yeah. Nearly. Anyway, just said leave with me for a few days, rang me back with a telephone number. There's no doubt Nessie told me if he was going to get a phone call. So I rang him and I just asked him would he be interested to come to Bunbury and have an interview with the view of coaching South Bunbury. He seemed pretty interested, so we brought him down, put him in the motel over here at Forest Avenue, came up here and showed him through the club. I think he was a bit impressed with what he saw. That night we went to my place for a meal, and the full board met the next morning, and as the day went on, I could see we were getting closer and closer and closer, which was good. And we had lunch up at Kevin Herb's, and actually what we'd done before that, Hang on. I'm going to stop you.
You said he was pretty impressed with what he saw. Can you just tell us about the motel, Jerry?
Shed some light on.
I was going to ask you what we had for lunch.
How impressed were you with that hotel?
The hotel. Well, Courtney's now 31. All I remember, Courtney was about 1 year old about that time, and walking in there and thinking, oh, what are we going to do with a bath? And so we found the sink. We found the sink to give her a bath, and that was fine.
That's all you had.
That's all we needed.
Well, we couldn't bloody afford it.
It obviously worked. It worked.
Yeah, it worked. Yeah, it did.
Rest is history.
Anyway, he didn't know, but we knew what he used to do. So we made some inquiries, and there was a vacancy at the Bunbury Catholic College for a phys ed teacher. So we'd already been over there and said, look, if this guy wants to come down, are you prepared to give him an interview? And I said, yes. Oh, a couple of weeks went by, he came down, got the interview, he got the job, we got our man. That was simple as that. But one thing we did do, and I think really did help him, was that we gave him a copy of the South Saga to take home. I think he'd remember that. And the first time he ever came here, talked to everybody, what he'd done, he mentioned a few things about the South, out of the South Saga, and from then on it was history.
Broad Craig Lewis.
We'll get Jerry just to respond and see from there how it happened from your side at that point in time.
I don't have as good a recall as Archie, but look, what I do, and I think what Archie said up here earlier probably captured it better than anything, is that I came down to a club that just seemed so organised, so professional, so in touch with, well, what we need to do and how we're going to get there. And so I don't think there was a minute in the time, from my recall anyway, where I thought, wow, this is going to be a high risk, because they told me about all the players we had and the ones that looking at, and I remember guys like Kevin Earp saying to me that we're talking to this bloke and talking to that bloke, and the reality was, though, it wasn't as if they, I never got the feeling there was a club that was trying to buy a premiership. And I remember coming from Perth thinking that the reputation was, yeah, we'll get these blokes that have been in Perth and bring them down and we'll buy ourselves a premiership, and it never felt like that. It felt like a community, it felt like a club that really, knew what they wanted to do. So that was my recall, and over the next 2 years, I think that was what played out, is that you had a committee, coaching staff and playing group that were all on the same page. And I mean, even as old as we are now, and having been at the number of clubs that I've been at, I think it's unique to the time I was at South Bunbury. To have such synergy was just really special, and I think that's one of the main reasons we had the success.
And you've got the benefit of hindsight. You've coached so many places now and all over the place, and you do it for a living, leadership and coaching. Looking back, what did you see was different here? Can you put your finger on it?
Finger?
I think one of the great things is when you look back at the players, and this is now being talking specifically about coaching, is that the best coaches have the best players. So, the rest of it's about chemistry and getting, the Les Fabers or, the Louis Buswells or the CBs or the Archies or whatever together. But, we had a fantastic group of players, and a lot are in the room tonight, and you get those that aren't in the room. But we had players that, when you look at the talent that was around in 84 and then again to project 85, shit, anyone could have coached them, couldn't they?
That's what they've been saying all night.